Hello, everybody. I am back for another one. Today, I'm talking about James Charles, who, uh, you know, has been in a lot of hot water this past year, last year, maybe even the year before. Gotta say, James Charles, not a fan. To put it mildly, probably the worst. Let me think here. Not only is he the most dangerous and worst influencer online, maybe of all time. I mean, who really can top that? Except maybe like there was an influencer who killed their spouse or something. You know, there was one I remember. They weren't like a big influencer though, but they like did a prank where they shot the other one. I don't know. Do you remember that? What was that one?
Vaguely.
Nice prank. Yeah, so besides stuff like that, I think James Charles takes the cake. And the reason for that is that he's just an actual. Um, what's the movie called? Alien vs. Predator. Right. I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't get me yellowed. You like that? He's an Alien vs. Predator. Pretty clever, right? He's the whole damn sequel. He's Aliens vs. Predator and Aliens vs. Predator 2 and 3 and 4. And Predator vs. Krueger. Jason, whatever the hell. Yeah, he's a straight up predator. James last year was exposed by like over 10 people under the age of 18, some of them as young as 14, that he was trying to slide into their DMs. He was trying to pick them up. He was trying to get them on Snapchat. Really, really disgusting behavior. I'm sure all you guys are familiar with it by now. And what's real interesting is that recently, let me zoom in so you guys can see. It's hard to read. How do I zoom in on this? There you go. Recently, YouTube said, hey, it's been long enough. Let's trend our boy R. Kelly, aka James Charles. James Charles appears on YouTube's trending page for the first time since the sexting scandal broke in 2021. Here's James wearing outfits from Shein for a full week. I don't know. We'll watch that in a minute. Here he is trying to look for young boys coming by to buy some bubble gum or candy at the newsstand. Yesterday's new video is trending. I'm so glad you guys loved it. So I guess my question is like, one, is YouTube complicit in potentially promoting an Alien vs. Predator? And two, should YouTube be held to account for doing this? Like, is YouTube responsible for knowing what he's up to and determining that he's not safe to be promoting? Yeah, what's interesting is Def Noodles points out that YouTube hadn't trended him since the sexting scandal broke. So that implies that they're aware of what went on there. I know that every YouTuber has a partner manager, especially one as big as James Charles, who's aware of their controversies and what's going on with them. I just find it really odd, I have to say, that YouTube is trending this guy. And I know how touchy they are with that trending page, boy, because that trending page is basically a endorsement. It's a YouTube endorsement because we all know that it's curated. You don't just end up on the trending page. We are never on the trending page because apparently I don't touch kids. I don't know what's more controversial. I guess me saying some naughty, mean, nasty stuff on my podcast or James Charles literally trying to fuck his fans. Alien vs. Predatoring to his fans. So the moral arbiter of the trending page needs to get their brain checked. What do you think, Hila? Is YouTube messing up by trending James?
Yes.
And do you think that they have she said yes. And do you think that they have an obligation to be aware of the, like, because they're putting people on trending all day. Do they have some kind of obligation to know, hey, this guy is an alien versus predator. We shouldn't trend him?
I think at this point, yes.
With him.
It's already known about him.
Right. That'd be like them, trending EDP. Remember him? He was that YouTuber that got in a big old trouble going. Well, his was really bad. He was going to meet like a very young girl, straight up Chris Hansen style. But yeah, pretty weird stuff, dude. And on top of it, it's not like he made a promise to everyone back in the day. He's like, I promise, guys, you have to believe me. I promise I'm never doing anything like this again. Dating, my social media accounts aren't dating. They're not supposed to be used for dating. Like, this dude can't catch a date. I mean, it's all about power, dude. It's all about power and control. Like any good alien versus predator. Yeah, so he promised he's not going to do it again, and then boom, just a couple weeks ago, he gets caught. Let's look at this shit, dude. Let me pull this up. Trying to slide into another dude's DMs, trying to get him to add him on Snapchat, which was his move, his MO. He was trying to get people over on Snapchat because it's harder to get caught there because the information gets erased. But here he is back at it. So, like, clearly hasn't changed. Here it is. This was a guy called Ricky Murda. Murda! Like a Tupac song. You know, Tupac says murder, kind of funny.
Not funny. Just cool.
Yeah, cool. I mean, cool. Yeah. Sorry. Hila's a Tupac head. So, got a little copyrighted music there. Shout out to the song.
So this is the last video I'm going to make about this. I just want to clear the air for anybody that has questions. So James Charles DM'd me. He asked for my Snapchat. I didn't reply. I didn't say a thing. The next day I noticed that he unsaid the DM and he blocked me. I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. I thought it was funny that he asked for my Snapchat, so I said I'm going to make a little funny video out of it. It wasn't that deep. So then I guess he unblocks me and he sends me those text messages basically trying to blackmail me, First off, homie, I have tattoos on both of my hands. If that was me in those pictures...
Okay, so wait, it doesn't show... I guess James had a series of shit he tweeted out. Fuck, I gotta find those. But yeah, so James just cold DMs this guy and says, yo, hit me with your snap. What's your snap? Which AKA means, are you ready to get lifelong trauma? Would you like some lifelong trauma? Okay. And then all of a sudden he blocks him and removes it. And he's like, what's going on? So here. And then, okay, so James put out a blurred message thread saying, oh, it'd be a shame if I released these. And it appeared to be like he had blurred out some kind of sexting photos. It looked like maybe it was a genital shot or something like that. Okay? And he's like, yo, dude, you sent me a picture of your dick. I'm going to release it to the world. Which, by the way, revenge porn, illegal. Also, this guy's like barely of age too. Like he just turned 19 or some shit.
18, I think he just turned.
He's 18. That's crazy. This guy he just turned 18. Do you see how little he is a menace to society? So he's like, yo, I'm going to release a picture of your potentially minor private part.
Right. Oh, yeah. Good point.
I wish you would. Maybe you finally go to jail. I mean, I wish, not that anything should happen like that. But anyway, this guy's explaining what happened. So here, let me go back a little bit. That context.
I said I'm going to make a little funny video out of it. It wasn't that deep. So then I guess he unblocks me and he sends me those text messages basically trying to blackmail me, you know? First off, homie, I have tattoos on both of my hands. If that was me in those pictures, you would be able to see my tattoos. And second, mine don't look like that, you feel me? That's not mine, dog. 3, if I had added you on Snapchat, that would have meant that at some point, I would have accepted your DM and gave you my Snapchat. So why is your DM still in my request? Why didn't it go straight through? That's because I never answered you. And the reason why I'm really addressing this for real is because he's accusing me of begging him for pictures, which is weird to me. Like, I didn't do that. Come on, son. So, yeah, man, that's what happened.
Yeah, so the other thing is when James released those, people started like dunking on Ricky Muda. Being like, yo, you're a weirdo, bro. You were trying to hit up James and you're trying to explain. Like, then this guy who's literally uninvolved. I can't get over that James was threatening to leak a 17-year-old's private photo. That's fucking awesome, dude. What a freak.
No, I said I wasn't.
After everything, though. He got a new house? Oh, new drone.
Well, but this is where I'm gonna really end it right here. So James DM'd me and said that someone sent him my Snapchat. So he didn't even get my Snapchat from me, right? On top.
Yeah, you like that? So somebody messaged James, a catfish, not even the guy himself, and said it was him. And then he went off on this guy. Crazy.
On top of that, he added Rick Murder. My Snapchat has been in my highlights since 3 weeks ago, and I always post my Snapchat in my highlights since 2020. I always update it. My Snapchat is Ricky Murder, not Rick Murder. So he says I either sent him fake pictures or someone made a fake Snapchat account using my name to catfish people. He even said I'm right about the hand tattoos. I told y'all, man. And to finish this off for real, he even said everyone's on your side now, so you win. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just a game for James. Everybody's on your side, bro. Just leave me alone. I tried to drag you and lie about you and expose a child's... I mean, this is crazy, dude. It's disturbing. Yeah, so this just happened. It was actually pretty big news on TikTok. I saw it floating around. And then YouTube said, well, this is a good time to trend, James. Yeah, I mean, the problem with James is that his viewers are clearly don't care about what he's doing, actively doing. And that's probably because they're very young. I would say his target demographic is like young girls between the age of 12 and like 16, right, Hila?
I think so.
Yeah. So they don't understand the gravity of the situation. I can't imagine anyone older that actually sticking around and watching. And what's interesting is that his views have dipped substantially since the controversy happened. So it definitely hurt him quite a bit. You know, Def Noodles made a great point. He's like, this dude was collaborating with the freaking Kardashians like a year ago. And now, I mean, he still gets like 2 million. Here, let me zoom in so you guys can see. You know, like 1 million, 2 million, 1.4. That's a lot, but compared to what he used to be getting was absolutely nuts. I mean, his viewership, he was getting like 20. Eli, I don't know if you remember this, but 20 million, 50 million. When he was friends, remember when he got in good with like Charlie?
Yeah.
He somehow became her bestie. Wait, he did. Yeah, so this one had 50 million, 6 million, 12 million, 30 million. I mean, it was crazy. Yeah, here, look, Kylie Jenner's makeup, 20 million. He was a big deal. Some people use their influence for good, and some use them to fuck children, right? Like Spider-Man, they says, with great power comes great responsibility. But James Charles' motto is, with great power comes fucking little kids. So he put a little twist on that Spider-Man phrase, right? Thank you, everybody. I'll be here all week. Whoa, he did Doja Cat's makeup? God, that's embarrassing. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is insane. He did Doja Cat's makeup.
Hi, sisters.
Dude, he got Doja Cat to drop a hi, sister. Damn, all these people are probably so embarrassed now to be having done these videos with him. So yeah, he's fallen off. Still a lot of views though, so let's be straight about that. But that's it. We love it. Oh shit! I keep showing my desktop, and y'all are clowning on me in the last video. You guys want to see what's on my desktop? I'll show you. I don't know what this is. Untitled folder. Oh, it's empty. I literally have an empty folder on my desktop. Risky open, but here, let's erase that. I don't need that shit. Untitled folder 2. Another empty folder. Hila, what the fuck is happening on my desktop? Legoland tickets. Legoland was awesome, by the way, if anyone's wondering. Went there with Theodore and Hila's mom. Was a good time. Legoland's good for kids, dude. It's fun. It's just made just for the kids. And please, for the love of God, James Charles, this is not an invitation for you to go to Legoland. Stay the fuck away from Legoland, James.